It's Wednesday, December 27th, 2017. Just like every Wednesday night, be on Truth Frequency Radio from 6 to 9 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. to midnight on the East Coast. It's free to listen to anywhere. You can listen through the TFR Live website, which we're looking at right now. You can listen on iHeartRadio. You can listen on TuneIn. On your cell phone, you can dial 641-793-7117. You can listen through your phone that way. If you want to call in and talk to me, the number is 213-233-3998, as long as you're in the United States. In the UK, 44-203-393-2871. All the numbers on the front of TFRlive.com, which I will link down below. As a little warm-up for tonight's show, we'll be breaking down all the news stories, all the propaganda, all the rigged sports, all the murder by numbers. But just as a little warm-up, things people are asking me about. Google Doodle has this tribute today to the actress Marlene Dietrich. As I've said many times before, anytime there's a Google Doodle tribute for someone who's passed away, they are someone who was murdered by the code. And it is so simple to verify this with the tools at hand, such as gematria.com. Notice this woman was born Marie Magdalene Dietrich. She went by Marlene Dietrich in Hollywood. She died at the age of 90. Most people would never suspect anything suspicious with anyone passing at age 90. But notice her date of death, May 6th, 1992. She died 131 days after her 90th birthday. And her full name, Marie Magdalene Dietrich, has a reverse reduction gematria of 131. She died 131 days after her 90th birthday. Her actress name, Marlene Dietrich, 90. And this is how simple it is to decode murder by numbers, because it's always the same. You look at these people's names, the date they died on, the span from their birthday, it's clockwork. This is the way the tyrants get rid of the people who they made celebrities. And also interesting is that she died May 6th in Paris, France. We see a lot of celebrities go out in Paris, France by the numbers. Paris, France equals 56. Dead on May 6th. 5'6". Google mentions that she was 5'6" tall too. That part could be coincidental, but her dying 131 days after her 90th birthday on May 6th in Paris, France is not. And if you want to verify just how many of these I've taken the time to decode, just come to my blog. If you're on your cell phone, you have to go to the bottom of the screen and click View Web Version. Then you can get this search box. If you just search Google Doodle, try to put that in the title of all of these, you'll see I've decoded so many of these, and it's just always the same. Murder by numbers again and again. Same patterns persist. So another thing people are asking about, the death of Rihanna's cousin. A lot of people curious about the cousin's death. That's a news story today. Supposedly they just saw each other yesterday and then he was shot later in the day. Now she's calling for an end to gun violence. And this reminds me of the story about Dwayne Wade losing his cousin last year. Supposedly the 21-year-old cousin of Rihanna is shot in Barbados. Notice what stands out about Barbados. 55. Been talking about how December is sacrifice month. December equals 55, sacrifice 55, Satan 55. Now a death in Barbados in connection to the celebrity Rihanna. Notice also that Barbados equals 154, like ritual sacrifice. Not coincidental. He died in a shooting, having gematria of 107. Just talked about the death of Lorenzen Wright, 107 days from his birthday. Lorenzen equals 107, his full name 107. Dead 107 days from the birthday in a shooting. Again, all throughout history, these suspicious deaths, they are murder by numbers. I didn't do a lot of homework on this. I'm sure there's more. But think about it. You know, the media has this ongoing agenda talking about gun violence, these ongoing patterns of murder by numbers. Rihanna's cousin was killed 44 weeks and 1 day after her birthday. What's interesting about 441, the square root of that number is 21. Her cousin was 21 years old. Notice his name in ordinal gematria sums to 210. Lose the 0, 21. Dead 44 weeks in 1 day. It's a lot like 441, which again has a square root of 21. And also 44 weeks alone, the word kill 44, the word shooting 44. Not coincidental. This also happened to span a 57 days from her 30th birthday. Scottish Rite 57, Entertainer 57. See it again and again. Murder by numbers. Somebody also asked me if I could tell them about the death of Old Dirty Bastard. When I first started this work, I had documented that Old Dirty Bastard died at age 35, rap equals 35, Wu-Tang Clan equals 35. But now we know a bit more. And notice, Old Dirty Bastard died 2 days before turning 36 years old. He died right at the end of being 35. A lot of people know he was paranoid. At this point in his life, he thought people were trying to kill him for speaking out. If you've never seen the interview of him and Method Man on MTV, you should watch it. Those are two members of the Wu-Tang Clan. Old Dirty Bastard was speaking out about all this conspiracy stuff. And Method Man, who still has a music career and acting career, he's sitting there and he's like, I don't agree with anything he's saying. He's like, don't associate me with this. Don't associate me with this. I mean, Method Man's being a little bitch. He's being a little bitch. Old Dirty Bastard is telling truth, and Method Man's acting like he's a crazy person. And notice he's still alive. You know, he's making money. He's working for the gang. Someday Method Man's going to be killed by this code too, because everybody who sells their soul to be the celebrities that they become in these industries, they all get offed by this code. But look at this. Here's the death of Old Dirty Bastard, who takes his name from a kung fu flick. All the Wu-Tang members, you know, they got the kung fu associations. Old Dirty Bastard was often just called Old Dirty. Look at this. Overdose, which was his supposed cause of death, which they said a month after the fact. Overdose equals 103, like Old Dirty, like his full birth name, Russell Tyrone Jones, 103. Again, 103 is the 27th prime. A lot of people in the 27 club supposedly overdosed. This number comes up all the time around these rituals. OD also equals 35. Overdose, OD, the abbreviation for it. Rap 35, Wu-Tang Clan 35, dead at 35. He died November 13th. That's the 317th day of the year. Saturn equals 317 in the prime cipher. Remember, Saturn has to do with death and judgment and time. Saturn also has the gematria of 93, like Old Dirty Bastard. The Wu-Tang Clan debuted in 93. And this is the member to die from that group. A rather large group. Old Dirty Bastard, the one death from that group to date. The date he passed was a date with numerology of 28. The word kill has gematria of 28. It was also a date with 48 numerology. And notice it's the day that leaves 48 days left in the year. Freemason equals 48 in Hebrew and in English. Illuminati has the gematria of 48. Old Dirty thought the Illuminati was out to kill him. And he might have been right, you know. Speaking too much truth in too many public places, perhaps. So, this is why he's dead and not other members of the group. And again, for the person who asked me to do this, that same person, use the Gematrinator calculator. I mean, just start typing in relevant words. He's dead at 35. I mean, your first question should be, I wonder what 35 connects to. I bet you if you asked yourself that question, one of the first things you would have typed in was Wu-Tang Clan. Since that's what he's known for, you know? Also, people are, you know, asking, who's it going to be in the Super Bowl? Said all year, probably the Patriots. If I'm wrong about them, probably the Steelers. They're now the top 2 seeds. They're going to have a bye week. You know, business as usual. NFL.com, the NFL's website, just put out this video today Go to NFL.com, watch their percentage chance for teams to win the Super Bowl. They gave the Patriots the highest chance, 23.9%. The number 239 is the 52nd prime. Remember, it's Super Bowl 52 upcoming. Minnesota equals 52. If you write out the word 6, it equals 52. If Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, he'll win his 6th. He would become 6-2 in Minneapolis. Minneapolis equals 62. Minnesota 52. If the Patriots got to the Super Bowl, they would likely advance over the Steelers, who are 6-2 in Super Bowls. Steelers got a narrative too as well, but they gave the Steelers the next highest odds with 16.1%, which is a lot like how Golden State just won the NBA Finals by going 16-1 in the playoffs, which is a lot like 1.61, the golden ratio. David West got the golden ratio tattooed on his arm. You know, that spiral, that's the golden ratio. As he joined the team, don't forget the Warriors are from PA. They're from Pennsylvania. They used to be the Philadelphia Warriors. But, you know, between those two percentages, they're both interesting, but 239, the 52nd prime, and a lot of Super Bowl 52, that's hard to overlook. And again, the date of the Super Bowl is just so perfect for Tom Brady. It's more perfect for him than anyone else in the league. But you could shoe in the Steelers there because they lost their owner by the numbers in the offseason, Dan Rooney, who would also tie in with the date. Another thing people are asking about, InfoWars. InfoWars this morning, they had on an author who said he's got the insider knowledge from the CIA. Remember, InfoWars, it is the CIA. You know, InfoWars is paid for deception. Information war. Misinformation. Anyway, today they have on this author, and he says that we're going to war with North Korea by March 20th. Notice InfoWars is saying this type of thing while the mainstream media is suggesting the same type of thing. CNN covering, are we going to war with North Korea soon? InfoWars owned by the same people who own CNN, Turner Entertainment. Anyway, look at the date he put out, this guy. March 20th. Does that date look familiar? He's saying we're going to go to war by March 20th with North Korea. If you've been around, you should remember that we began the last war with Iraq on March 20th. And remember, that was 555 days after September 11th. 555. The Pentagon, the War Department, 5-sided, 5 floors above ground, 5-acre court in the middle, right across from the Washington Monument that's 555 feet tall. March 20th is also the 79th day of the year. It's known for being a satanic holiday at the spring solstice. The synagogue of Satan equals 79, so does murder. War is legalized murder. Reminds me that George W. Bush, who was president when we invaded Iraq and Afghanistan, he used to always say the axis of evil. And that was Iraq, Iran, North Korea, you know. This is how history really repeats itself, by the code. And then another thing in the news, have you guys seen this? The new children's book about the gay Santa Claus? Recommended for ages 4 to 8, you know, Santa's husband. This is the problem with not speaking out as a society. Do you see where they're taking us? They want everybody to be gay. They want everybody to be a little hush puppy, just so quiet, you know, a little turtle. You don't stick your neck out for anyone. You just shut up and go do your job and pay your taxes. Teach the children all about homosexuality and transgender, as if there's no other important topics in the world. You know, I really do think that a lot of people are born gay, you know, but I've also noticed, and I know for certain, that all of this homosexual programming is making more people more gay. Look at how soft the young men are coming up. It's not a coincidence. You know, I know a gay guy as well, and he tells me, He tells me there's more and more straight men that want to experiment. And this is why. It's because of the programming. You know, it's just, you turn on the TV, it's like gay is the thing. It's the thing to be. It's the thing to do. And people are programmed by the TV. People are influenced by popular culture. Popular culture is all homosexuality for the most part now. You know? You turn on Game of Thrones. Look at most of the sex scenes in TV shows. It's like naked men everywhere, gay sex everywhere. I've always thought it was weird how much sex there is in TV and movie programming, you know? And I'm not against sex. I'm just saying, I just think it's weird how many people just want to watch other people have sex. I'm pretty sure this is true. I think more people watch more people have sex in a year than actually have sex themselves in the United States. You know? It's the vicarious society, the society that lives through other people. So, just a little warm up for tonight's show. There's a whole lot more to talk about, but these are all things people have asked me about today. So, just wanted to cover them. Till next time, Truth Seeker.